Q, located 4701 Banana Drive, Motown, Texas, Molina neighborhood.
Welcome to the Volo podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the Volo podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that? Welcome to the Volo podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the Volo podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that?
Welcome back to the Volo podcast. I'm your host, El Vago. I'm here with my boy Trey today.
What's up?
Brother Z, but the main guest today is Dapper Don. What's up, bro?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
What's up, fellas, man? Thanks for inviting me out here.
Finally, man. I know we've been trying to do this for a couple weeks, but things have been happening and just wasn't going right. But
Yeah,
here we are, man.
Hey, but we're here now. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's up, man. I like what you're doing, man, with the podcast thing, man. And you know, I really like what you're doing, but also, man, I really like what you're doing with the restaurant thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Yeah.
you got some fire food, man, and
Yeah.
I hope you brought some, man.
Nah, I didn't. We're closed today.
I'm
But
playing.
you're welcome to go tomorrow. I got you, man.
Already, man. We're gonna pull up over there, man. We had a good time last time, man. We
Yeah.
barely had a place to sit, man.
I know, man.
Hey, but you know what? Keep up the good work, man. And I feel like, you know, it's gonna when the time's right, you'll know, you know your business, and then it might be, you might have to expand, man,
Well, I
or get
want
some more
to,
tables
man.
out there.
That's what I want to do. That's what our plan is. I got
Yeah.
like a year and a couple months left on the lease, and then I don't know if I'm gonna stay there or not. You know what I mean? I'm trying to look for something bigger. I need something with a lot of room.
Yeah, well, you know, man, if it's working for right now, man, I think a lot of people like it because it's in the neighborhood and people like, you know what I'm saying, it's something, you know,
Yeah.
where they go to, and it's like a neighborhood thing. I mean, I came all the way from Airline though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not just a neighborhood thing, but it's more convenient for people in the neighborhood. So, you know,
Yeah, I would like to open up a spot on the south side or in the
there
middle.
you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
But I
A
need
couple, maybe a couple spots. I
Yeah.
can see you doing too, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be some work, huh?
Yeah,
That's what's up, man.
it's just hard, man, to find somebody to cook like me, man.
Yeah,
To duplicate,
yeah.
like, is
I agree, man.
It's a lot of work, bro. I'm doing for El Vago #2 the briskets and stuff, and you know, I let my boy Roach do the their sides, whatever.
Yeah.
It's just hard to do so much, man, because I get up at 5 every morning, get started, and by the time we're done, like it's already 12, time to open. It's a
Man.
pain, bro, cooking every day, and it's a lot of food, man.
I can imagine, man. You know what I'm saying? It's
a lot of food.
and it's kind of like I mean, I can imagine because I've done like certain events like jazz festival events and certain stuff like that. And I've sold like chopped beef sandwiches, turkey legs, and stuff like that. And there's been some times where I've overbought, you know what I'm saying, and then sell them all. But there's been times when I underbought, and I was like, dang, stop having to buy some from the other vendors. You know what I'm saying? But I just love to see another fellow, you know what I'm saying, Hispanic like myself, man. You know what I'm saying, Latino, man, Mexican, independent, man. You know what I'm saying? There's not
It's
too
rough,
many of us
man.
out here. There's not too many of us out here, man.
I don't have a choice, man. Like
right.
I got a bunch of felonies, so nobody's gonna hire me. You know what I mean? Who's gonna hire me? They look at me like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
I tattooed for a lot of years, man. But whenever I got in trouble with the Fed stuff, when I had got out and then got fucking, whatever they gave me, whatever, and they were like, hey, like, they didn't want me to tattoo, man. They're like, you have to have check stubs, you have to have this, you have to do that.
Oh,
It's like, fuck. So I had to do for myself. I had to figure it out, man. 'cause
Yeah.
I'm used to having money, fool. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I like to spend.
same here.
I like to eat when I want to eat. I want my kids to, have what they have, and gotta hustle, bro.
You gotta get on that grind, man. And that's what we out here, man. We're out on the grind. I'm still out here, man. I gotta look how long I've been in the game.
Yeah.
And I'm still grinding like some bad breaks, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's all good, man. That's that's
You
what
gotta
we're
do
here
what you
for.
gotta do, man. Life's tough, bro.
Grind don't stop.
Nope, it don't. If anybody in the comments want to ask some questions, man, feel free to. We'll answer them as we can as we go. But man, where you from, bro?
Man, I was born in Memphis, Tennessee, but I 4 months after I was born, my mom had me like over there on the base area, because supposedly my dad was in the Marines or whatever.
You're a military kid.
Something like that, but
Yeah.
not really. Kind of. I was just born there because everything was already there. But my mom's and I guess my my pops were already on the splits. You know what I'm saying? And so she just stuck around just to have me. And because 4 months later, boom, we was on the road back over here to come stay with my grandparents. You know what I'm saying? My grandparents scooped us all up, and we moved over there with them, man, right there off 11th and Morgan Avenue, man. 11th Street to Morgan Avenue, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Where'd you go to school?
I went to elementary. I went to T.J. Allen Elementary, man. And that's like right there on 18th Street, 17th Street. So I grew up in that area because I was right there on 11th. And then, there, it was cool. And I went 1 year, second grade. I went to a Catholic school called Holy Family, and I went over there for 1 year. But it was I guess it was too expensive, or I don't know. You're just a kid. Wherever mom sends you, you know what I'm saying. That's where you're gonna go. And so we went over there, and I thought it was cool. You know what I'm saying. But then all of a sudden, the next year when third grade came, I was back at T.J. Allen. So I guess it might have been a money thing. Who knows? You know what I'm saying. And but those are like the good times, man. I don't know if if anybody's watching or they used to go to school back in elementary, but if anybody is watching and they do know me, man, I was in the choir, man. You know what I'm saying? I was in the choir, and it was cool, man, when I was out there, because they would take you like to go sing during like Christmas time, and you go to the mall, you know what I'm saying, and go sing and this and that, you know what I mean? And those are some of the good days, man. You know what I'm saying? And believe it or not, man, at that young, that age, I was already like penning some stuff, man, writing some stuff, man, like a kid, man. Why I was doing it, I don't know, but I remember, man, like writing stuff and just.
Who was your biggest inspiration?
Man, it was always like the kid groups at that time. You know what I'm saying? When I was like let's say like Criss Cross and like the youngsters, and they were just like any little kid rapper that was out there. That's what I would look for. You know what I'm saying? Because I always wanted to do music, but the older guys, a lot of people would listen to like the NWA, and don't get me wrong, I like that stuff too. But I was still young. I was still a kid. So what my thing was, I was a little kid, but I was like, man, what's gonna separate me from these other little kids? Well, maybe if I say bad words, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's no kids that say bad words, so maybe if I say bad words, maybe that's gonna separate me from the Criss Crosses and these other guys, right? So, anyways, so that's what when I was writing music, I was like saying bad words, you know what I'm saying? And it was just funny to me, but those guys like that. I liked hip hop, man. Hip hop was a big influence, man. And I just liked everybody from the Fresh Prince, man, to Bushwick Bill, and I mean I just like all sorts of music. But yeah, it was mainly the kid artists, man.
Yeah, Big Wicked One says, "What's up?"
Wicked, what's up, man? Yo, real quick, you up on there? I got your microphone, man. I still got your microphone, man. I'm glad you're on here, bro. Man, I'm glad you came, because I was like, man, how do I get a hold of this guy? I got your microphone, my brother, man, and please, man, get with me, man, so I can turn it into you, man, please. I mean, it's a nice microphone, man. Unless all you can use it, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind.
Havo G's on there too.
Havo Jeezy, what's up, my brother, man? Havo to the Jeezy, man. That's the man right there. Havo's the man. I gotta just give a shout out. I gotta let that be known right now. He believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself, man. That's Havo, man. And man, that boy is something else, man.
Havo G will always be the number one hype man, bro.
Oh man,
yeah, he's fucking badass.
That boy could do a lot of stuff. He could act, he could host, he could DJ, man. That boy, he's a salesman, man. Man, boy, we used to go on tour, man. We used to hit the road, man. That boy would be, what size you wear? He'd go up in your shirt. He'll go up in your, what size you wear, man? Oh, hey, I got your size right here. I swear. And man, we would just be making money hand over fist, man. I'm not exaggerating. And that, but we just get out there and have fun, man. You know what I'm saying? Just straight up having fun, man. Yeah. What's up?
Big K Macias.
East Siders, what's up, man? T.G. Allen, yeah. Windsill.
Before I go broke, before I got broke.
Before I go broke, man. Before I go broke, hey. Man, I made that beat to that song. And to me, it remember the movie Hustle and Flow?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I was just in my room off 11th, man. I had this small little drum machine, and I just remember just hitting on the drums, and We bought the drum machine from like Galvan Music, man.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, we when we played over there for your daughter's thing. Yeah, man. So right downstairs they got the music thing. So we put it on layaway, me and my brother, man, and we got the drum machine out. Well, anyways, man, I went to the crib and my brother was making some beats, and I think me and him were like arguing or something. And I was like, man, you know what, let me just get that beat machine. I'll make my own beat. So sure enough, man, and I didn't know it was gonna be one of the biggest songs that a lot of people know me for. You know what I'm saying? And it was my first song, but I started popping it, man, and next thing you know, I came with a little loop. And it was on, man. You know what I'm saying? And I just remember, man, recording that song, and I had to do that thing. I did it in one take, dog. Yeah. The whole song, not punch it and do the intro, do the hook, do the verse, do the hook or the paste the hook. Nah, man. I only had a little bit of time. Yeah. I was the last one of the night of many that I recorded, and it was like, hey, man, but we ain't got that much time, bro. So you're gonna have to knock it out. But I've been practicing, man. Like I was ready for that thing my whole life, bro. Yeah. I got up in there. I promised on everything I love. I spit that whole song, dog. Yeah. Ran through it like two, 3 times. That was it, dog. They didn't stop. They didn't pause. They didn't nothing, dog.
Yeah. Did you rap and perform when you were in school?
Before that, it was breakdancing. It was breakdancing. When I was in elementary, and I used to go with my cousin, man, to like the little Stardust and the flea markets and stuff. And he was showing me how to break dance, right? But they used to do this thing where he would kind of put me on his knee and wind me up like a little robot. And I was so little that I would come out and I knew how to break dance. So everybody was just like, whoa, is this little kid or whatever? And I just liked it. You know what I'm saying? The fact that people were just, you know what I'm saying? They were just, so in awe, or they were just, I had their attention, you know what I'm saying? So I did that. And then I started like hip hop dancing and stuff like that too. Once I got like into junior high, and that was like the little dances and the little what they call like the little teen dances and stuff. Yeah, or city skates and skating rings and all that. We used to go to all of that, and those are the good old days, though, man. That's when I had hair. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm straight bald headed, but I used to flip it to the side, and I used to get those lines. Man, you know what I'm saying? I just used to love it all, man. I was just a fan of the hip hop, and I started really writing songs. When I was in junior high too, man. I went to Windsell. I played in the band. I tried to play sports, but us Mexicans, man, we short. You know what I'm saying? There ain't too many. And let's be real, there ain't too many in the NBA. There ain't too many out there in football.
I don't think there's
none. You know what I'm saying? Hey, so I knew at an early age. I was like, no, I'm not going there. But it was cool to practice. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, I never started, man. I was always on the bench. I was the bench warmer, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't matter to me, man. I was with my friends, man, you know what I'm saying? I was having fun. I was still getting out there. I love to play baseball and stuff like that. I was a fan. I used to collect baseball cards and just all that stuff, man. I was in the theater arts. I was in band. I was in theater arts, and I was just always involved in something like that, man. You know what I'm saying? It just I always loved it. I just liked it. I don't know, man. And I started seeing how people would take interest in it, or I would go down to San Antonio, like in the Riverwalk when we go on vacation or whatever, and they'd be like pumping me up. Sometimes I wouldn't want to do it, and they'd be like, hey, come on, man, start breakdancing. And I'm like, dog, it's Spanish music, dog. Y'all want to break dance Spanish? Just do it, dude. So next thing you know, I'm like, man, all right, let me do it. So, bro, I was breakdancing some Spanish music out there in the Riverwalk, dog. And next thing you know, they start throwing money out there. They start throwing money, bro. I'm like, what a little kid. And I'm like,
you feel like a stripper?
Sort of kind of chipping down a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I was just tripping that they were throwing little money at me. Yeah. And I'm like, what is, I mean, but I don't know. For some reason, they would always want me to dance or do something like that because I did it. Sometimes I wouldn't, but then I was like, let me do it. And then, man. But those are the good old days, man. Shouts out to Windsell, man. Shouts out to everybody that I went to Windsell with, man. And man, those are fun times right there, man.
Gabe Herrera, salute to the OG. Hey, Gabe, you were supposed to be here, cabrón. You didn't answer your phone.
Gabe, what's up, man?
Yeah, it was called late.
Gabe, what's up, man? What's up?
Capone, el jefe, saludos, hermano. Hey, what's up, bro? Yeah, man. Capone coming out of retirement, fool.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so he performed at the thing, right?
Yeah.
Man, it was good to see you, man. It was good to see homie. And man, he got the flows, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. He got the flows, and don't ever put the mic down, man. You know what I'm saying? I just want to say that because you know, a lot of people, even including myself, man, you know what I'm saying, that you know, the stuff that you rap about and stuff like that, man, you know, I know it's some real deal stuff, and you know, you got a talent, man. You know, just don't ever put the mic down, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't have to go as hard as maybe as you used to or whatever, but you know, drop some music here and there, man, because you still got a lot of loyal, hardcore fans, man.
We're shooting for Chicano World X.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what's gonna be the title of the album. We're gonna try to.
Okay. Yeah, man, do it, man, and you know, we did some shows over there. We did a show one time, man. It was, I can't remember where it was. It might have been a little town, man, called Bartlett, man, and it was like a little bar, man. I remember we drove far, man. I don't know how far it was. Like at least 4 hours, maybe. You know what I'm saying? That's far for us. But man, we did it and we wrecked the show. We did the show. We hung out all night. You know what I'm saying? And then and we drove back home, dog. We got home like in the morning, dog. Sun was coming up, dog. We were Lone Star riding for real back then, man. But I remember doing the show and I think we opened up the show for Capone and we were all up on there, man. I was with the SDK clique, man. Small Town Killers. Shouts out to them. And we were on this little stage, man, and we started into the first song. As soon as we started getting hyped, and then all of a sudden the sound just went out. What? So we stayed on the stage, like, man, we didn't come all the way out here, dog, for the sound to go out and just not to get to perform. So we like just literally stayed on the stage. We're like, nah, we ain't getting off the stage. We're gonna stay right here. And anyways, they fixed the sound, man, and then we continued to perform. And I can't remember who else rode out there, man. We used to always ride out, man, like with you know, the Flatlines and the Four Corners and the Low Key Ballers, and you know, we were all like connected back then. You know what I'm saying? You know, and it was a cool thing. But you know, after a while, you know, like sometimes, you know, like me and Flatline, I remember, man, rest in peace, my brother Flatline, but we used to hit the road, and you know, it's like brothers, man. You get in arguments, man. You know what I'm saying? So there'll be sometimes we'll be arguing at a hotel, and he'd be like, man, that's messed up. You left us at the hotel to go set up, and I'm like, bro, you want to be showing up late to the show, dog? Everywhere you go, you want to show up late. I gotta go set up. He's like, nah, boy, I pitched in on the rental. I said, yeah, but you can't drive. I gotta be driving. He didn't drive the whole way, dog. Like what? Then my brother would come in, both y'all shut the F up, dog. And then we'd be arguing, but man, you know what? After that, man, a little later on, he'd be like, "What's up, man? You want to hit the blood, man?" I'm like, "Nah, come on, man." You know, just being still like, "Nah, man, you're tripping, man." Like, come on. And then later on, all right, man, come on. You know what I'm saying? Then we squash it and we just have a good time. But
you know what I loved about our generation, man, and I don't see them doing this no more because now when somebody, these kids, they get mad at somebody, like, dude, they hold it to the grave. Where like back then, like. Even today, man, like if I get into my homeboys, hey, we'll throw some chingazos and then like nothing happened. One time, me and a friend of mine, we got into it real bad, and man, we started swinging on each other. We're knocking the shit out of each other. And then we get in the car. I'm like, "Where you want to go eat, fool? Let's go to Whataburger." All right, like nothing happened. You know, we're all both of us beat up and stuff, but that's just how we were, man. We'd fucking fight and then just squash it. Yeah, you know what I mean, like nothing happened, you know. Now these kids, they overdo it, man.
Yeah, they do, man. I'm glad I'm not, you know, I'm cut from that other cloth, man, like that, because, you know, especially like with this music, man, that these youngsters, and I'm not knocking it, man. I love anybody that's on the come up, man. You're young, old, whatever. You got to respect the youngsters. You know what I'm saying? I've always respected them, you know, even in the street and stuff like that, because I always noticed that, like, those guys are going to get older. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was never a bully, and I never, like, you know, I always had little homies around me when I was, you know, coming up and stuff, because, you know, they kind of, not that they needed any direction or whatever, but maybe I might have been somebody they might have looked up to a little bit, but I always kind of like said, man, you know what? These dudes are going to get older one day. When they get older, then you're not going to be able to pick on them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's no more picking on them because these guys are older. And they used to tell me, man, what you doing riding around with them little kids, bro? You know you can get in trouble while you drive, because we'd be driving in the daytime. And they just used to they would skip school. They want to roll with me, man. You know what I'm saying? I'd be driving around and, you know, just doing my thing, little money here, money there, go get a haircut, you know what I'm saying? And we just, you know, but yeah, man, shout out to the little homies. But like I'm saying, like with the music, sometimes, man, you know, I know it's cool to say certain things on the records, but just as long as, you know, we all know that it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? As long as we know that it's entertainment, because, you know, if you're really out there hustling and you're doing this and that, eventually, man, if you've been put in the limelight, you're gonna get them eyes on you, and you know what I'm saying. Next thing you know, boom, you know what I'm saying. You know how it goes, and that's the thing, man. So youngsters out there, man, be careful out there. You know what I'm saying. Do your thing, man. I ain't knocking it. Get in, get your paper, man. But always find an outlet, man. You know what I'm saying. And rapping, you know, my son, he might want to do music, and he's about to graduate. And I really don't want him to do it, man. I mean, if it's something he wants to do, but you know, what I will tell him is make sure that you work on his job, and then on your spare time you want to do music, do your music. You know what I'm saying? But don't look at it like you're gonna, you know what I'm saying, like you're gonna make all this crazy money on there, man. Because, you know, let's be real. You know, there's not a lot of money to be made in this music business, man. Not anymore. Not anymore. You only get
it's all streams.
It's all streams and all that stuff. And you know what I'm saying? He could buy this. He could buy the streams. He could buy, I mean, he could buy anything. He could buy a #1 spot on the radio if you know what I'm saying?
You need like 1 billion streams for like $100.
Man, and you know who's making all the money? Spotify's and the YouTubes, and they're getting all the money. And they might cut you a little something, but you know, I get paid off of sales, off of shows, and my sales, merchandise sales. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really too big on the internet like that. You know, I don't got 1 million views, or I don't got 100,000 views, but I got the plaques to show that I've sold over 100,000 records. You know what I'm saying? So it just kind of, you know, you can't believe the hype sometimes, you know, because you never know. People buying views these days. So, you know, I don't deal with that. I just do with shows and sales. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? So views and likes, that's not really me. I'm from the old school. I like, you know, hey, we had a lot of people turn out tonight at the show. Now, they all might have bought something. I may have made some money right there, but do I got, you know, 200,000 views on that video? No. But it doesn't matter to me. You know what I'm saying? I still know how many people came through the door, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or showed love or bought something. So, you know.
Yeah. You got any brothers and sisters?
I got one brother, man, and I got a sister too. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a brother. Shout out to my brother, man. My brother Gil, man. A lot of people know him maybe as STK, and you know, he's 2 years older than me. Happy birthday too, by the way, man. It was his birthday on the 25th. So happy birthday to my brother, man. Yeah, man. Happy birthday to him, man. And he's doing real well, man, actually, man. You know, and for somebody who dropped out, man, in the 9th grade, man, or 8th grade, he didn't go to 9th grade to where he's at now, man. He did a complete 360, and I'm real proud of him, man. So if he's checking it out or listening, I'm real proud of you. And you gotta let me drive that drop top Corvette, man. That's in the over there. You gotta let me drive that drop top Corvette, man. He used to rap about it, man, and now you got him one, man. So hey. Much love, man. And I got a sister too, man. She stays out there in California. And you know, like I said, when I was born, my parents were on a split or whatever, you know, this dude ended up taking off to California, you know what I'm saying? You know, I guess he was stationed out there or whatever the case may be. And then I think he got maybe remarried or something like that and stuff like, you know, I don't really know know this guy too much, but just from what I've heard. And you know, he had he had a kid, which is my sister. So if she's watching too, shouts out to my sister Adriana, man, and she's out there in the Cali, man. She's in California, man, and I hope you're doing good. I just seen her at my grandma's funeral, and like a couple weeks ago, they came down to my grandma's funeral, and you know, I just told them like, man, it's sad that we get together on, you know, we don't get together like we should. We only get together when somebody pass away or something, and that's not right.
The same anymore, man.
It ain't, man. It ain't. It's not the same.
Yeah. Sometimes it's good to just stay away, though.
Sometimes it is, man. Sometimes it is, you know. And I kind of feel bad, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, this guy, you know, I guess my dad would say, you know, he wanted to talk to me. And you know, I kind of was like, man, I didn't really have too much words to say for him, you know. Yeah. But you know, and kind of blew him off and stuff. And then everybody got mad at me, you know what I'm saying? My wife got mad, my mom got mad, everybody telling me that, you know, this and that. And then I started thinking about it, you know, I started going to, you know, church more and trying to ask him questions and try to figure it out. Like, man, you know, and then it got to the point where I said, man, you know what? I kind of feel bad I did that, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's on my heart, man, to like, man, you know what? Just forgive him, man. You got to forgive him, man. And I have yet to tell him though, man. But if I bump into him next time, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell him, man, I forgive you, man. You I'm a grown man now. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that we're gonna pick up right then and there and we're gonna be the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I will say that I'm gonna make my peace, man. Because you know what I'm saying. I think I'm not gonna say exactly what I said at the funeral and all that, but I did blow him off, man. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of was like, man, I ain't tripping. Like, but then I started feeling bad. I was like, I still got a heart, man. There's still a heart in here, man. Don't get them cold lyrics that I would say, man. You know what I'm saying? That twisted, man. I have a heart, man. I have a big heart, man. And I used to hate fighting, man. I'm not even a fighter, man. But I mean, I will get down. But even if I won, I'll feel bad, bro. I'll be like, man, I shouldn't have did that, dude. Why to fight that guy? I don't even know him. You know what I'm saying?
We're too old for that shit already, man.
We're too old now.
Body gonna be hurting and shit.
You ain't lying, dog. You ain't lying.
To do none of that.
You ain't lying, bro. What I would do, man, is I think I was probably like, before the UFC came out, man. I remember I was gonna get into a fight with this dude, man. He was bigger than me, man. And I was like, dang, man, I know he's gonna whoop me, man. There ain't no way I would beat this dude. Somehow we ended up we started wrestling, man. We fell on the ground. And man, I got him in one of them choke codes, that one where you get behind him and you squeeze him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I held him there, bro. He tapped out, bro. I said, I'm gonna let you go, dog. That's it, bro. That's it. They was like, let him out. Hey, break him up. My boy Franklin was there. He was like, nah, F that, man. We ain't gonna, And it's like, squeeze the shit out of him harder. She would try to wiggle and stuff. I would squeeze it hard. I'm like, bro, you're gonna pass out, bro. You don't say, I don't care how big you are. I got you in this chokehold, bro, and there's no getting out of it. And sure enough, man. Hey, but you know what? Then I seen him after that, like at the movies and stuff. He's playing this big old dude, dog. Yeah. I'm like, oh my God, man. I'll be scared. Every fight I got into, I was scared, man. Whether I won, whether I lost, man, you know what I'm saying? I've been in a lot of them, man. I won a lot of them, but there's some times where you can't win them all. You know what I'm saying? You can't win them all.
I know there's one fool, he would fucking choke people out, and after he was done, he would choke them out, leave them on the ground, he would pee on them. A lot of people didn't want to fight him no more.
Dang, the pee. Damn.
There's some cold people out there.
Get him in the pee. He had a special move. It's called the pee on him.
The R. Kelly.
The P. Diddy. Dang. Nah.
No, the P. Diddy different.
Yeah.
The P. Diddy. Find out wrestling with some baby oil. Everybody slipping away.
What's it called? You remember your first performance?
Yeah, man. My very first performance was at the Yellow Rose, man. Remember the Yellow Rose?
Yeah.
The Yellow Rose, man. It was packed, dog. We were performing. We were opening up for a South Park Mexican. And, man, it was packed, dog. Yeah. We had a show, bro. Our thing, man, we were really trying to outdo Carlos, man, for sure, man. And I think we would have, man, had he not have pulled a move on us, dog. But anyways, we showed up, big old limousine, bro. We showed up in the limo, bro. Yeah, bro. It was me, my brother, my boy Quick G. Man, we had a little clique, man. And we hopped out. And we went into the limo. A bunch of all of us, we were all in the game. You know what I'm saying? We all had a little bit of paper, dog. We hopped out, but I remember we all had matching uniforms.
Yeah.
We hopped out looking like in sync, dog. But the gangster, but the gangster version, you know what I'm saying? We look like a boy band. I promise on everything. Hey, Boys to Vatos. Hey, straight up, dog. But we were looking good, bro. Yeah. And we had made some jerseys, and we had the cheesiest logos, dog. It was like a sketched out logo, dog. It was cheesy, but I'll tell you what, dog. We hopped out looking fly, man. You know, the Mexicans were in the limo. Nah, yeah, we had made it already. What you mean? We hadn't even had a record, dog. We didn't even have an album, no song, no nothing. We just rapping over instrumental, dog. Yeah. And we thought we had made it, bro.
Y'all came in full force.
Man, everybody's like, hey, SPM in the limo. Nah, he ain't in here, dog. You back then, you see that car over there?
Back then, you went by what, Don Gotti?
Don Gotti, yeah.
Why'd you change it?
Because, you know what I'm saying? Because people start getting me confused with Juan Gotti, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, hey, they're like, oh, Juan Gotti, yeah, I never heard of you before. I'm like, no, Don Gotti. Oh, Don Gotti. And then, I start bumping into Stop Our Mexican and them. Then we start bumping into all of them. And then next thing you know, it was just like, man, I got to change my name, dog. They're confusing me, dog, here in San Antonio, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. But, I mean, it was a good thing sometimes. But then sometimes I would be like, nah, I need my own identity. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
Don Gotti was a pretty cool name, though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, and we used to come out with the Wyatt Vet. I mean, I'm rocking the Wyatt Vet right now. But we used to come out with the Wyatt Vets with a ski mask and stuff like that. And I don't know how it came. Oh, they used to call me Antoine. They used to call me Antoine. I don't know how they got that name. Is a crazy story, man. It's a crazy story because we used to go work out at the gym, and there was this big old black dude that was this muscular dude, big old muscle bound guy, dog. He was real big, and his name was Antoine. Well, one time he wasn't there, and the guy he used to work out with was working out. Well, I was jumping in the place of that guy Antoine. Like, I was working out, we were both using the machine. So he's using the machine, and he would get off, and then I was using it. So my friends were looking at me, and they were like, look at this dog, you working out with that dude. And his name was Antoine, but he wasn't there that day. So they started calling me Antoine.
Oh,
So I was like, man, so it stuck, right? So then they shortened it from Antoine. They started calling me Twan. And then they went from Twan to Twan Gotti to Twan Gotti to Don Gotti. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I got the name, though. But I don't know why the boys started clowning on me like that.
How'd you come up with Dapper Don?
You know, because from I wanted to make the name change. And then I was like, man, how am I going to do that? Like, man, what am I going to do, man? So I said, you know what? Let me just go with what they, start looking at the movies and what they were calling the real John Gotti. They started calling him Dapper Don. So I said, you know what? I want to keep the same name, but I want something that's like the same, different, but the same kind of. And so I said, man, you know what? They call him the Dapper Don, right? Or the Teflon Don. And I just said, man, you know what? Let me just take the Don Gotti off, keep the Don, and just put the Dapper Don. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of changed it up, And
what year was this? Do you remember?
Man, I don't remember, man, because I remember like in 2000 it's probably been when I first came out with that before I go broke joint. So probably like a couple years after that, man. Maybe 2002, maybe or something like that. I had to change it, and I remember bumping into SPM, and they were at this tattoo spot. Mm-hmm. They were signing autographs, and I went in. I said, "Yeah, can you make it out to Don Gotti?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, we got a Juan Gotti." And in that voice, he'd be like, "Yeah, man, we got a Juan Gotti, and but I think I'm gonna change his name to A Million to Juan." And he was just making a joke, you know what I'm saying? A Million to Juan, and he was just like, man, and we were just like, so he wrote it out, man. He spelled it all wrong, Goddi. He didn't spell it right, you know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be Gotti. He probably did, you know what I'm saying? But I think he was a little illiterate too, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he even says it in the song, so he probably didn't know no better. But
that dude was real big at one time, man.
He was, man. He was real big, man. And yeah, man. I can't really speak too much on that, but yeah, man. We opened up for him, and there was like 5,000 people at that show, man. Yeah, man. But he pulled a move on us, though, dog. He pulled a move. We had some strippers back then. You know what I'm saying? We had some stripper chicks coming out. They had those Dickies outfits, the ones with the zipper.
Yeah.
Well, they were in the bikinis, right? They had bikinis underneath. So we had a song that was the third song. And they were going to come out and they were going to strip off the thing. And we were like, man, it's for the fellas and blah, blah. We had a show, dog. We had a big show. And then sure enough, we got the second song. And I guess Carlos people and them saw that, hey, man, they're going to bring these girls out. And we're already killing it. I mean, dog, we look like NSYNC, dog. How you not going to, you know what I'm saying? Bye. Come on, dog. How you going to compare to that, dog? I don't care who you are.
Have a dance routine?
Man, we had everything, bro. I'm telling you, dog. So all of a sudden, my boy comes up to me, hey, throw the money out, because we had a little thing where we were going to throw some money out. Yeah. And everybody had like 101, and there was like 6 of us. So you can imagine what that's going to look like when all 6 of us are throwing out 101. So he's like, throw the money out. I said, why, dog? We ain't even going to the song yet. No, they're cutting us off. So I was like, man, all right. So we threw the money, man. The crowd's going crazy. And then they cut us off. So we get off. We're like, man, what's up, dog? Like, we had a couple more songs. They said that we're running out of time and yada, yada, yada. Next thing you know, Carlos gets those girls out to dance for him, dog. He pulled a move, but they did ask us if we cared if they did. And, we ain't haters, dog. You know what I'm saying? We're like, nah, go ahead.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up, but it's all good.
I heard a lot of stories, man, that, about his company, whatever they did. A lot of their artists is really, really bad.
Really?
Over money.
I can imagine, man. You know what I'm saying? But,
look at them all now.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, they all achieve, platinum status in their own rights. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them, just because he was a certain way. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the other guys weren't like, Low G, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? He showed mad love. Rashid, same thing, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them dudes, man, real humble dudes, man, no matter how many, they featured on all his albums. So they all, when he started blowing up after the Third Wish project, I mean, there's guys were certified platinum, dog, artists, all of them. The Baby Bash came, I mean, all them dudes, you know what I'm saying? And they've always showed mad love. I mean, you know, SPM situation is a little bit different, but you know, I don't know, maybe they thought I looked like them a little bit, and you know, we would be at the same shows, and you know what I'm saying? I pulled up on the limo on him one time, and he was looking like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm playing.
Is that
AB Quintanilla? You know what I'm saying? It could be. He could be with me. But that was my, you know, speaking of AB, that's my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a shout out to him too. And that's my boy. That's my brother right there, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, that boy, that's the reason why I went platinum.
Yeah.
Because of him. So like I'm saying, like the same way these guys went platinum, of course, you know, they all kind of did it together on their end. But when I got with AB, he was already platinum status. So, you know, he could have probably got Pitbull on his song, but he just happened to throw me on there and put me on his records. And those are the ones that we sold, you know what I'm saying, over a couple 100,000 of each, you know what I'm saying, each record. In the Spanish market, the platinum is like, I think 100,000 sales, and gold is like 50,000 or something like that, man. So mine's, man, certified, man, platinum, man. I did a couple songs for him. And he liked them so much that he put them on his albums. He didn't have to do that, but he did. You know what I'm saying? And I always appreciated that.
Well, platinum and gold is what, more or less in Spanish?
It's less in the Spanish market, yeah. But you know, like I said, I mean these guys were doing, man. That's when I first got a taste of that big time. Like wow, these, like, you know, we're at the video shoots. These guys got food. They go to their shows in the back. They got all the food laid out for them. They got their own dressing rooms. And that's when I got a taste of that big status. And you know, I remember walking into the studio, and it was like, man, you see all them Selena plaques up there, and you're seeing all these plaques, and you know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I'm gonna give me one of these days. I'm giving me one. I'm right here. I'm close. Yeah. I'm already on the bus hearing the stories from his dad. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm gonna get a plaque. And sure enough, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I worked hard, and God bless me, man. And I got me too, man.
That's badass.
Hanging on the wall of my crib, man. You know what I'm saying? There's people who be in the music business their whole life and never get one.
Yeah.
And I got two, man. So thank to God, and thank to AB, man. So yeah.
Yeah. What was your first album?
My very first album was called The Beginning of the End. And that's the one that I put that before I go broke on. Get a little water here. But yeah, that was my very first album, man. I can't remember how many songs were on there, but we used to do like so many songs, and then we would slow them down because that, like, you know, Screw thing is popping. So we would just slow it. We would slow it down. We wouldn't call it screwed up. We would just call it like slowed up or something. But yeah, people like that. You know what I'm saying? And we just did some stuff like that. I didn't really have too many features on that. You know what I mean? But it was a good album. I mean, I sold like 1,500 copies of that independently.
Damn.
So independently, I mean, you know, that's a lot of records for somebody like myself.
Yeah,
man.
I was really impressed, man, when you did that show for me over the Trade Center. Remember?
Oh yeah.
You did really, really
man,
good,
I thank you for that, man.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for that because I had a shop at the Trade Center for many years, man.
Yeah.
And then COVID started hitting, and when I got that shop, I was just trying to just make a name for myself because I used to sell my CDs at the little record shops like Cruising Sound, like Judy's or whatever. And they would only buy so many at a time. So I would have to go check on it every weekend and see if they sold any. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, if they wouldn't pay you, if they had one left, you still wouldn't pay you. You'd have to sell that one. So we go over there, man. They only got one left. Damn, ain't nobody bought it. And then until finally when they bought it, then she'll break you off. And I kind of got like,
you know who was bad about that? You remember the Bomb Records?
Yeah, the bomb. What's up to Joe, DJ Joe? He was a bootleg king, right? Let me find out. I went platinum with DJ Joe, but I didn't get paid for it. But I went platinum. I'm playing. Man. Shouts out DJ Joe. But yeah, man, I remember that place was. Man, he was a bootleg king, dog. Yeah, I think he was the first one to get raided with
I remember that.
for CDs. Man, I mean, not laughing at that, but I'm just saying,
a
like,
lot of people at the Trade Center got hit too. For that,
oh
man.
yeah, man. I remember.
Bootleg.
Yeah, this dude sold me some one time. I was with my girl, my kids,
3 for
dog.
20.
Yeah, dog. But this dude sold me some DVDs. Remember the like the DVDs? They'll be like, hey, it's a camera copy. Like, when you see people getting up and walking. You see people getting up and walking in the movie theater. You know what I'm saying? Like you be watching the movie, like, what is that? That's somebody getting up. So then we getting up walking. But yeah, this dude sold me some. And I had a TV in my car. I had the TV screen. And I remember looking at the DVDs and I'm like, man, these things, they don't even look like there's nothing on them, dog. They're not even burnt. He just wrote his name, wrote the name of the movie on it, dog. I swear. So anyways, I gave him $20, and then I went, and he didn't know I had a TV in the car, so I went and put it on. I'm like, nope, this one don't work. This one don't work. Man, where'd he go, man? You know what I'm saying? I started chasing, looking for him. I couldn't find him, dog. I crept down to Whataburger, dog, on the aisle. Sure enough, dog, caught him at the Whataburger, dog. But you know, I was dumb back then too, man. You know what I'm saying? I was really dumb. So I get out, I'm like, nah. My girl's like, just leave it alone. I'm like, nah, hell no. This fool got me. Think he got me. Now I caught him right now. Boom. I went up in there, dog. He was sitting with like 3 other dudes, and they're sitting down, so I'm standing up, so I look taller than them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, what's up, homie? Like, man, there ain't nothing on them DVDs. He's like, for real? And he goes, oh, here, take these other ones. And he's eating all cool, bro. And I said, I looked at him and I said, no, there ain't nothing on these either, bro. I ain't gonna take these. I said, let me just get my money back. No, I can't do that. I'm like, what you mean you can't do that, bro? You just got my, I can't do that. And he made up something that he was gonna call whoever DVDs they were or whatever. He acted like he called them. And then, nobody answers, bro. I don't know what to tell you, bro. And I was like, I started getting hot, fool. Don Gotti started coming out. I was like, yo, you gonna give me that money back? You know what I'm saying? And I said, man, you know what? If
That's only $20, man.
I know, bro. But hey, bro, $20 or $20, dog. I was like, nah.
That's a lot of money.
My thing is this. It's not the fact that it's $20. It's just the disrespect. You know what I'm saying? And to me, my respect is worth more than $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Out here, because there's some things money can't buy. Yeah, that's true. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But what I'm saying is, I started getting ready. I'm like, nah, man. You know what? I'm gonna steal him, dog. I'm gonna steal off on him, like if I get him. But then he had 2 of his homies, and I'm like, man, it's just me. I got my girl. I got my newborn baby in the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know what? Let me go outside real quick. Hold up. I went outside, dog. I called the cops, dog. My cousin's a cop. So I called him. Hey, look, dog. This dude took my thing. You know what I'm saying? Blah blah. And then he's like, okay, we'll be over there. Blah blah. They pull up over there. You call him outside, dog. He reaches in the pocket and pulls the $20 out, dog. Gives it to me. Wants to give it to me right there. I said, oh, now you got that. I thought you didn't have it. Where do you get that 20 from, dog? Here you go. I said, oh, now you want to give me 20, dog? Now, because the cops are here now. Now you want to give it to me, huh? So, man, give me that shit, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was
excuse my language, dog, but people were shiesty like that.
When I used to work for Capone back in the Latino Jam, I would go over and take CDs to him, right? And he was like, all right, man, I'll pay you in this day, whatever. All right, I go over there. And like he was never there. There was always some girl working there. And one day
Who, Capone?
No. What's the name from Bomb Records?
Oh, Bomb Records.
I would drop him off CDs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They were Capone CDs.
Oh,
like Latino Jam. So
yeah.
Sell them for him, whatever, right?
He would put them in the back. That's why, dog. He would put them on the counter.
Yeah, well, I would
put the bootleg out.
He would go hide. Every time he would go hide, because one time I waited and I just like stayed there, and I saw when he got there, he went inside. I was like, all right, this motherfucker's here. So
you're staking out.
Yeah,
you're staking out.
Yeah. So I got down. I walked inside, and
damn it, Joe.
Oh, he's not here. I said he just walked in. Oh, that wasn't him. He'll go hide in the back.
Oh, that was his clone.
Yeah,
his clone.
But I got my money though. I ended up going to the back where he was at. I ended up getting.
He said I ended up going to the back.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's another story.
We don't want to talk about that on the air.
Yeah, dude, he was shiesty like that, man.
Yeah.
Shiesty, dude.
Man, yeah.
Those burnt videos were everywhere back in the days, man. I was working at Sam Kane. They had them there in the cafeteria on top of the where you go order food, whatever.
Yeah.
They would have a bunch of burnt movies for sale, 3 for $20. I remember.
Yeah, man. Those are the wildest ones, man. A guy get up to go get popcorn and get up, sit down, and you're like, dang, you saw that head? There was a head right there. Now, shout out to my cousin Bootleg Mick, dog. My boy Mickey, man. We used to call him Bootleg Mick because he had all the movies, dog.
Yeah.
He had all the movies, dog. Shout out to my cousin Bootleg Mickey. What's up, my boy? Let's see what we got. The movie hustlers there. What's up, huh? Yeah, man. We're gonna talk about that, man. Hustlers there. The Trade Center was popping. Oh yeah. We had a lot of
representing at
at Chacho.
Man, they're closing down already, man.
Who?
Chacho
in San Antonio? Oh, here?
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
What?
Right?
Yeah. This Friday, I think.
Yeah.
Man, sorry to hear that, man. They're just they're retiring.
Yeah.
Man, well, you know what, man? Hey, shouts out to Chacho's, man, and they got some bomb food, man. They had some bomb food, and sometimes you got to shut down, like whatever the case may be. My situation when I had the store at the Trade Center, I was just never there. I wasn't there anymore. But I had built a name up for myself to where I was booking my little gigs, and so I wasn't able to be there.
And it's on the weekends.
It's on the weekend, so that's when usually you have some gigs. So I started getting gigs, and then I would take the stuff from the trade center to go and sell at my merch booth over there out of town, and I just didn't have time for it. You know what I'm saying? And but sometimes if you don't have no workers or any employees to run it,
or to trust,
don't even
that's
that.
The worst thing,
even that. Some of the homies, I know some of the homies out there that checking in. Hey man, pinch a little here and there. I remember had a gat stolen one time, stole my little gat, and they said, "Oh, so I don't know what happened to it." And everything, come on. They said, "Nah, so and so got it," and they end up giving it back. And it just, what I'm saying. But it's hard to trust people these days, man.
Yeah, one time I got pulled over, man. They took me to jail, and I took my Rolex off and put it inside my truck. I got it from the impound. The Rolex was gone. Was in that time that took it, man. Had to.
And the Roly, damn, that's the man. The Rolex, dog. That's like,
yeah.
Man, that's a big deal right there. You got the Rolex, you made it when you had the Rolex, dog. You know what I'm saying? I still waiting. I'm still trying to get one. You know what I mean? Nah, but I got me one of them Jacobs. Remember them Jacob the Jewelers?
Yeah.
Them Jacob the Jewelers, dog. Yeah, man, I got one, man. I didn't get it, but they gave it to me. But shout out to the AB Quintanilla too, man. He bought me for my birthday. He bought me one of them watches, dog. And yeah, bro, and he got it right. And I saw the price tag on it. It said $9,999 for that thing, dog. So it was my birthday, and he's like, hey, let me see that in the case. And he tells the lady gets it out. He's like, yeah, this is nice, man. He said, hey, you like this? And I was like, yeah, man, it's nice. He goes, man, check it out, put it on. Let's see how it looks. And I put it on, and then he's like, man, bro, hey, it looks good on you, dog. He said, hey, happy birthday.
That's badass.
He said, happy birthday, man. And I'm looking at it, and I'm just kind of sweating a little bit now because I'm like, hold on, man. I haven't even put a record out right. So maybe I'm not going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He's going to say, hey, remember the watch?
Yeah.
You know, remember the watch? I was like, nah, I'm good, dog. He said, hey, man, nah, man, don't worry about it. This is a gift, bro. You ain't got to pay me back for it. This is a gift. Yeah. So I said, man, shoot, let me take it, dog. Should I put it on? Oh, we're rocking it. 10,000 on 10 grand on the hand, man. Shouts out to that boy. I don't know too many people would do that, man, for their friends, but yeah, man. I still got it too to this day, man.
How many songs you did with him?
Man, I recorded a whole bunch of songs, man. I went and I got the artist development deal. And that's like a deal saying he's gonna develop me. He's gonna kind of mold me to the to the artist that he kind of wants me to direction he wants me to go in. And so I have to kind of follow the direction, you know what I'm saying? So I just remember getting that deal, and he gave me a signing bonus. And after that, I just went in the studio. I just started recording songs, man. I started recording. Some of them were, it was all for my project. Yeah. But I remember the one of the songs that I recorded, I started grabbing some of the guys in his group on there. One guy to sing, another guy, and another guy to rap. And so I did the song, and I remember just going back to the hotel. I crashed out. When I woke up, he got to the studio. He heard what I had did, and then he started messing with it. So he started putting his hands on it, started taking out some stuff that I said and putting some of his stuff on there. And next thing you know, it turned into something else. And then he said, man, the neighbor likes it, man. We're putting it on our project. Man, I wrote the song in like 30 minutes. So I'm like, you're from the hood. You're like, yeah, you can have that song. You know what I'm saying? I got another one. And so yeah, he put it on there and boom.
You weren't a cumbia king, were you?
I'm not, kind of, sort of, not really, but kind of, sort of, man. I kind of was, man. I got a lot of love for them boys, man. But I was with the Cumbia King, you know what I'm saying, which is AB. That was my boy, and that's who I was riding with. And when they were splitting up, when I got there, as soon as I got there, I was like, oh, okay, so and so's there, all these guys, DJ Kane's over there. Da, da, da. I got there, and I didn't know the turmoil that was going on. They were splitting up. So I got there, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna go down, and da da da. They say, the band split up. I'm like, oh man, well what? I didn't even know what to expect, you know what I'm saying? And I just just kind of tripping out, and then all of a sudden I make the song, and then he's using that song to kind of diss these guys, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I guess, it's whatever. Yeah, but it didn't matter to me because I was like 21 or 20 something, and I was just ready to go. But that's who I was with. That was my guy, you know what I'm saying? And that's who I looked out for, you know what I'm saying? And but yeah, we achieved some success with that, you know what I mean? And as time went on, man, it just like After that, I really had nothing to prove, man. After I sold those records with him,
Yeah.
you know, I got the plaques. I sold the records. You know that thing he does, cuckoo, that thing on the
Yeah.
records. That's he did that. He was transforming himself. You know what I'm saying? Like he had to reinvent himself, so to say. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So that's when he did that. You know, and but speaking of the transformation, man, you know, me personally, I had just like maybe a year ago, I had to make my transformation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From the type of music that I was doing, man. You know, I put out a lot of records, man, for the streets, man. And there was a time when I felt I was the hardest Mexican in the rap game because of stuff I was talking about. But I have to be real with myself, and the message that I was putting out there, it
wasn't you.
it wasn't the right message, man. I mean, it just wasn't the right message. It was still me, but it was like, man, bro, look what I'm saying in these songs, man. I have to be real with myself. And then after a while, I started not doing that. I was one of the fortunate ones to make it out of that lifestyle. There's a lot of these guys that ain't here still. You know what I'm saying? Like RP to my brother Flatline. You know, a lot of that are really rapping what they're living. A lot of them, they're either getting killed or they go to jail for a long time. And so when I started saying, man, you know what, man, these guys ain't here no more. I mean, I'm making these records and I'm talking about this and that, but I have to really back these songs up, and I have nothing to prove no more, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not in the street like that like I used to be. I made it out of there. So what would I look like still making music like that? And then I'm not covering that cloth, man. You either say mean what you say and you're really doing what you're talking about in the music, or you're lying, dog. And you know how they put they what do they call them? Studio gangsters, right?
Yeah.
That's what they would call them. There's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of them out there, man. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with the music that you're making, because when them real gangsters, man, they pull up on you, man. And hey, man, sometimes it's bad, man. Sometimes it's bad when they punk you out. You know what I'm saying? And I just got tired of defending that, man. You know what I'm saying? But also the message was wrong, and I'm not out there doing that no more. So I said, look, man, it's either this and that. And so I started just like, man, you know what? I kind of fell back. I put a song out. I think maybe the last one I did was with Loudmouth, and that was a remake to the Tupac that Ain't Got Time, Bury Me a G. It was called Bury Me a G. I was doing remixes. I would get the beats. I would just do remixes, and it was called Bury Me a G. But before that one, I had put out Back to the Hotel. You remember Into Deep? Yeah, you remember Into Deep?
Yeah.
Man, that was a cold beat, dog. But we redid the beat, and then I caught my boy Tommy G on there, and he popped in. He jumped on as a feature, and yeah, man. And I remember what I was saying in the song, and I was remember listening to it, and I was like, man, bro, you're spitting hard, but you really gotta, I gotta back that up what I said.
Yeah.
And that's just me, dog. I mean, it's entertainment, yeah, but it's still part of my life. But as I started making a move, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, man, I landed up in the hospital, dog. I landed up in that hospital bed, man, for just being the ultimate hustler, dog. I was going and going. I didn't know I had high blood pressure. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't taking care of myself. I was living the lifestyle, man. I was drinking, partying, staying up. You know what I'm saying? Just going and going and going and going. And I would go from work here to DJing here. I'll go from demolition here to performing over here. And it was just going and going, dog. And even my wife, man, she would tell me like, hey, just slow it down. Like, you know what I'm saying? Get some rest. Like you just going in, like you're like a robot or something. And I wasn't listening. Nah, I'm all right. I'll sleep when I'm dead. So, you make those little jokes.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, dog, bam. At the hospital, dog. And they said, man, hey, you almost not make it, man. I don't know how things are going to turn out for you, man. And that's when I had to put my everything like, whoa, hold up. It got serious after that. And I had a lot of time to think, man, that time when you're up in there in the hospital, you don't know if you're going to come out of there the same or how you're going to be. And that's when I started thinking, man, like, man, I don't know. I had to like humble myself down because, I made a movie. I did all these things, man, and it just, it didn't matter, bro. I was still in the hospital here. None of that stuff's going to get me up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, what you going to do from here? So I had to put my game on pause, I guess you could say, man. Yeah. And I retired from the streets, 5 years ago. But when I landed up in the hospital, then I remember my brother went to come see me. Not my brother, but one of my friends. Boy, Flacco came to see me, dog, and I was asleep. I woke up and I seen him sitting there, dog, and I was like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Hey, what's up, man? Your food's getting cold." And I was like, "Man, well, shit, how long you been here, dog?" He said, "About 30 minutes." I said, "Well, why didn't you wake me up?" He's like, "Nah, I just wanted to just get sleep." But he ain't never seen me in this type of state, dog, like in the gown and thing, IVs in here. I mean, you know, I guess I look that bad, I guess, because he didn't want to look at me, dog. And I'm looking at him, and you know, my wife and them were crying when they come see me. You know, I got a 2-year-old back then. He was 1 year old, and then telling me like, you know, if you don't make it up out of here, or you had passed away, you know, your son wouldn't remember you. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't remember you. And I started thinking about it, dog, and that's what kind of hurt me the most, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like my little boy, like God blessed me with a little boy. At my age, you know, everybody has grandkids.
Yeah.
But I was wilding out, man. I was wilding out to the point where I landed in the county jail. And people don't know that. I saw Armadillo out there. You know Armadillo? Maybe you don't know him. Anyway, you saw Jimmy Armadillo, Texas State Armadillo. He's another rapper, man. And I remember I went in the county, dog, and he was in there. And he was like, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Man, what's up, dog? I ain't trying to be in here, dog." You know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing. But I landed in there, and I was wilding out, dog. But, you know, to be blessed, man, I have to put my game on pause, dog. It just, it humbled me down real bad, man. And I cried up in there, man, a lot of times because I didn't know if I was gonna be able to get back out here and work and get back to normal. You know what I'm saying? And anyways, he invited me to church, dog. And when I went to church, dog, I said, you know, I'll go with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've always believed in God. You know what I'm saying? I've always had high faith, but I never went to church. But I ended up going, man. You know what I'm saying? And I went, and you know, I said, man, the only thing that's gonna get me up out of here, man, is God, man, Jesus, man, because nobody came to see me. Nobody went to go see me in the hospital, dog. I mean, I felt like they didn't really care too much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it doesn't matter to me, but my family went. That's the only people that I needed to go. I didn't need any homies to go. You know what I'm saying? But my boy went to go see me. And I said, man, you know what, let me go. So I ended up going, man. And I said, you know what, man, I got to keep coming because I want to get some more prayer. I want people, you know, then to pray over me and this and that. And, you know, one day, man, the third time I went up there and I gave my heart to Jesus, right? I said, man, you know what? I want to try to live right, man. I want God in my heart. I want me in my heart to help me, guide me, because there's some things that we just can't do on our own. You know what I'm saying, that are bigger than us. We think we might have it under control, but we don't. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. So what else do we call? And so that's what I did, man. I ended up going up there, man, gave my heart to Jesus, and I thought I felt good. I thought, like, you know, I had a clean slate, you know what I'm saying? I felt like I was forgiven and stuff, but when I got home, dog, I just said, nah, man, I don't think it's gonna be that. I'm not forgiving that easy. I don't think so, man. Not me. Not the stuff I did. And so I said, man, I started going through the week, man. And I said, man, you know, what's gonna make you feel better, man? Let you know you've been forgiven, bro. Because you keep on dwelling on your past, man. You need to let that go. But I couldn't, dog. And I said, you know what? Man, God's gonna have to come down here and tell me himself, man. And that sounds crazy, dog. I know it sounds crazy, right? And when I said it, I even thought, like, man, you know, like, I don't know if that's gonna happen. The next Sunday, I went up in there, bro. Pastor was about to talk. I promise on everything I love, bro. This man with the choir stopped singing. He goes up there. He's about to go and start preaching, dog. And he gets off. He says, hey, man, if y'all mind, let me do something that I wanted to do. Maybe Sunday for last. You know, I got to be obedient to the Lord. And he's been telling me to do this. And he comes, dog, and I'm not thinking nothing of it because it's packed in the place, dog. And he comes and he points at me, bro. And he says, hey, the Lord has called you. And I'm looking at him like, what? Like, you don't know me, bro. This is my 4th time coming to church, you know? Yeah. And he said, yeah, man, he got a message for you. He wants me to tell you something. because the Lord kept speaking to me about you. I don't know why, but he kept on, and, you know, and so he wants me to tell you that, like, you know, as you can see, you know, you came, he pulled you out from where you were at. And meaning the hospital, but nobody knew I'm from the hospital and put me out from the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy don't know me nowhere, bro. And he starts talking, and I just, like, man, I started crying, dog. I started crying because he said, man, he wants you to forget the past, man. Let it go, man. Forget all the failures, everything you've done up to this point. Just let it go, man. And live now from the present now. Now you're on a new path. Let that go, man. I couldn't let it go. And that had been bothering me for years. When your past is eating at you, from all the stuff that you did, all the dirt you did, it's hard, bro, to the point where you're like, damn, dog. You start getting on your conscience. And it started eating at me. But when he told me that, it's like all this just came off of my shoulders, bro. All that guilt, all that doubt, everything, bro. And I knew I was forgiven right then and there. I knew right then and there. He sent me a message to tell me, hey, man, let that go, man. You're forgiven. You want it. You asked what was going to make you feel better. And remember when you said God's going to have to come down here and tell you himself? Well, there you go. After that, bro. And I promise on my life right now, bro. And that's powerful, bro, for me. And maybe not everybody gets that chance. Maybe God don't speak to everybody. But I've always believed and I always had high faith in him to the point where I said he's going to have to come down here and tell me himself. Come on, dog. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real. How many people could say that and he's going to come and deliver the message? And he used that pastor as a vessel to come tell me that. I was forgiven, bro. And after that, bro, it was like, man, I kept going to church. After that, I said, every Sunday I started going, man, you know what, I got to go. And then he started calling me out on it. Like, hey, you ever done music for the Lord? I'm like, nope, but man, maybe, you know. That's never been my thing.
Yeah.
But as I started, like, man, he kept calling me out and calling me out. And I said, man, you know what? I've been so successful at this point and I'm still alive at this point, and everything I got up in this point is because of him. And I can't even make some music for him. Nah, man, that's not cool. So that's when I started the transition. I said, nah, you know what? I'm gonna make some music for him, man, because I gotta give back. I gotta say thank you, man.
Yeah.
And so that's where I'm at, man, to this day, man. You know what I'm saying? I forget my past, man. Forget where I came from. Shouts out to everybody from out there. And that's who I used to be, though. But the man that I am today, man, is a totally different person, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, man. That's just me, man. The new music that I've been making is crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. I've been baptized, you know what I'm saying? I've been going to church, man. And a lot of good things been happening, man. A lot of good things been happening. I'm not this perfect person, man. Let's not get that twisted. I don't think that I'm a holy roller, or I'm just not sinning, or there's no perfect person. There's only one perfect person. But like I said, I'm trying my best, man, and I'm changing. I'm walking with the Lord. There might be baby steps, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm still walking. And I just know, man, that he's real, man. You know what I'm saying? And some people might not believe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe they don't have as much faith. And sometimes it takes something bad to happen to a person, like it did to me, to end up go to church or to start praying more, start believing more. But when you've seen multiple blessings, you know what I'm saying, like in your life, man, and you start asking for things and you start praying for things and they start happening for you, it's a weird feeling, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't deny it, man. And man, I don't know, bro. I'm just on fire right now with that, man. I'm on fire with that, man. I have to let people know about it, man. And that's, you know, I'm glad y'all brought me up here, but that's really my main thing, man, that I really wanted to hit on, man, is that, man. You know what I'm saying? To tell people about the transformation and the music that I've been making, man. Because, you know, we got these youngsters looking up to us, bro. And they're the future, what's going to be.
Yeah.
And what do I look like, dog? Not only that, this we got a comment, right? Yes. Amen. Look at God. You're right. Shouts out to Evie. Okay, shouts out to you. And okay, yeah. So yeah, we have to just do that, man. We have to let go and let God, bro. And man, you see, you'd be surprised of the power, man. They think I was who I was back then, man. I'm way stronger now, man. I'm way bigger, man. I just signed a deal with the big. I just signed my deal with Jesus Christ, man. Mm-hmm. That's the biggest. It don't get bigger than that, dog. It don't, bro. Who don't know him? Who don't know him? Some might not believe in him, but who don't know him? That's the biggest, man. That's the big dog right there. Yeah. Not everybody does. Hey, that's fine, but hey, man, that's where I'm at right now, man.
So you're doing Christian rap now?
I've started doing Christian rap music, you know what I'm saying? Man. But it's not that it's Christian rap, man, because this stuff is still hard, bro.
Yeah.
It's still hard. It's more like like Pac would say, the ghetto gospel or whatever. And it's still hard, bro. It's still hard. It's more like testimony talk, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just telling people what I used to do and how God's changed me, man. And certain things, like I would jump out there for. I don't do that no more. I let God handle it.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that's what you're walking with me for. I'm gonna take care of that. You don't worry about that, man. You don't worry about that. You don't worry about money, man. You don't worry about anybody out there. Now, you know, if you're out there doing some dumb stuff with it, you know the consequences. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just living your life, man, and you're doing your family thing, and you're just, you know what I'm saying, you know, trying your best to walk it, you know, walk this thing out, then you don't have to worry about that, bro. And that's how I feel about things, man, these days, man. I don't worry about money, man. Yeah. Money is nothing, man. I've had it. I've spent it. Got it back. It means nothing to me, man. And, but like this music that I make, it costs money to make it.
Oh, yeah.
It costs money to make it, man. One song costs you X amount of dollars, right? Don't worry about it, dog. Even if it's my last penny, dog.
Yeah.
Throw it out there, man. Throw it out there. Why? Because I get it back, man.
Yeah. We got 4 minutes left, man.
Okay.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, man. I just want to just talk about that, man. I want to talk about the new label that I'm on, man. It's called Blessed by the Best Music. And that's my own independent label. You know what I'm saying? I'm no longer repping the STK label. It's called Blessed by the Best Music. And I got some music coming out. I changed my name, man. I changed my name too, man. Yeah. It's no longer Dapper Don. It's not Don Gotti, formerly known as that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But now it's just Brother Anthony, man. Brother Tony, Testimony Tony, man. It's just whatever. You know what I'm saying? As I go on with my career, I'll be making up aliases, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm no longer going by those names, and it's just my regular name, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because when you meet people in this kind of in this Christian thing, you know, it's like, hey, what's up, brother? Hey, how you doing, brother? So I just, man, you know, let me just use my name, man. Brother Tony, man. And this is the hardest stuff I ever put out, man. I promise you, if you're a fan of my music, man, you're gonna love this, man, because it's hard, bro.
Where can you find your music at?
Man, you can find. You know, you can Google it, YouTube it, you know what I'm saying? You know, you get everything. A lot of stuff is on iTunes. I mean, it's available for download and stuff. But I'm going to start giving this music out, man. I'm going to start giving this music away that I've been making, bro. Mm-hmm. And I don't have to worry about, like, promote, how we're going to promote it. I'm going to give it to people directly on their phone, bro.
That's badass.
Give me a phone. What's your email? What's your email? I'm going to send it to you through the email. And you share it. What's your phone number? I'm sending you the text message. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real, man. Not too many people listening. Everybody's on these podcasts. Everybody's listening to you know, to stuff on their car, on their phone and stuff. Then nobody's really checking on the radio no more, dog, because they had everybody brainwashed. But what I will say, I got a little bit more time. Is let's look how the rap music and the music is these days, mm-hmm. and all that weird stuff these boys are doing. All that funny Diddy type of stuff, baby oil up. You know, hey, man, I ain't with all that. What would I look like, dog? Still wanting to be in that mix, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What would I look like, dog? Co-signing that, dog. I'm glad I started coming this way. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad I'm not messing with that because, bro, it seems like everybody over there, dog, is on that little, on that funny side. I thought you was a G. Mm-hmm. You over here, dog. You really letting your manhood go for $1 million?
That's crazy.
You're crazy, bro.
They're just for something else.
You're crazy, bro. Come on, Diddy. You got the diddler. Yeah. I'll be damned, bro. I'll be damned, bro. You have to take my life, dog. You have to take my life, dog, before I let somebody take my manhood. Excuse me, dog. I'm getting a little bit of hype, but you'd have to take my life, dog. Yeah. There ain't enough money in the world. You're tripping, dog. Shouts out to everybody, man. I want to just tell you thank you, man, for bringing me on the podcast, man. I want to give a shout out to everybody that tuned in. We're definitely going to share it, man. And like I said, man, excuse me if I got a little excited at the end, but I stand on what I say. I'm one of those dudes. And like I said, man, I would never, there ain't no money, man.
Yeah.
Come on, dog. Go get diddly somewhere else, dog. Not over here, dog. God don't like ugly. Look what happened to Puffy, man. I'm out of here, man. We out. And that's all I got to say, man. Shouts out to the Most High, man. Yes, the big man upstairs, man.
The hammers.
You know.
All right.
Testimony, Tony. I used to go by Donnie Bazookas at one time. Remember that?
Donnie Bazooka.
Donnie Bazooka. How man? We messing with
That's
messing
what's
with.
up, man.
Anyways, man, I know we running, so we out of time then.
Yeah.
Already, dog. Well, man, I appreciate y'all guys having me. Thank y'all so much, dog, and much love to y'all. And good luck on y'all rest of y'all show, man. And keep bringing some more people on here, man.
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
And keep up the good work,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I
And we
appreciate it,
we
bro.
gonna see you tomorrow, dog. Go get
Yeah,
something
yeah,
to eat.
we'll be there, man.
Already. Hey, if y'all guys want to go, man, come on with it, man. We're gonna be out there. I don't know what time, but we're gonna be out there.
Open it so. I appreciate
All
it,
right,
bro.
bro.
I appreciate you. Man.
Yeah. All right, man.
I appreciate it. My bad. I know I was about to get a little hyped up, dog. And I don't know where that came from. That just came out of nowhere, dog. It was
Tune
just
in
like-
next week.
Yeah. We'll
The
see you
dinner.
next week, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Your
My
host,
bad.
Vago, owner, operator of the Vago Burger Barbecue, located at 4701 Banana Drive, Motown, Texas, Molina neighborhood.
Welcome to the Volo podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast. Welcome to the Volo podcast, no cap, true stories, what you know about that? Welcome to the Volo podcast, home of the black sheep and the outcast.